Brad Williams, Excel primed. How about we look at a whole bunch of different measurement tools? We're going to screw around with decimals and integers and mod and the trunc and integer, round, and another integer. So let's look. The trunc, we're going to truncate information. What is trunc? We're going to remove stuff. Truncate a number to a specific number of digits. In other words, we're just going to chop off whatever number we want to chop off. The number to truncate and the number of digits. Simple enough. Mod, our friend, we know if we're using 1, whatever number we're looking at, the mod will be the decimal. Remember, that's just a shortcut. If it's not 1, we'll throw out what I just said. But here in this example, we're going to look at 5.775. Here's mod 775. 6778, 6778. 1.44, mod is 0.44. And so on and so forth. Even at 10.1, even negative numbers. Well, negative numbers, you reverse it. Truncates the number. So here's how it works. B5 minus trunc B5. What are you saying? Look at the trunc. It says number of 9. 5.775. What's B5 minus 5.775? Ask yourself, what does the trunc function do? You can use the trunc function to remove the decimal portion of a number and return only the integer portion by slicing off the decimals. Here's how it works. Trunc B5. The trunc function removes the numbers. This is trunc 1. We put this B5 in here. Let's just show you trunc. It better be 5. And it is. If we only want to see integer, this is exactly what we got. I should put trunc integer. TRUNC integer. I should put trunc whole. And I should put trunc integer here. Let's see, we have a round function and then we have an integer function. If we want trunc integer, we're going to go B5 minus, because we're taking 575 minus 5. Mod, I explained mod. Trunc whole, we're just taking trunc and what is it? We're just grabbing the whole number. With trunc, there's no rounding. By default, the trunc function removes the decimal portion of the number. Round. You may wonder whether you can use the integer function or the round function in its place. Integer behaves identically to trunc for positive numbers. It rounds a positive number down to the next integer and returns only the integer portion of the number. Here we have trunc, we have round, and then we have integer. Integer, what it's doing? 5. It's getting rid of the decimal. 2, 1, 10.1, and 101. If you're using negative numbers, it's going to round up. On the way up, it does what it's supposed to do. If we use the round function, we're going to round to 0. Where rounding and round is probably more appropriate. And then trunc, it's just brute force. And then mod, you know what mod does. It's just going to show you the decimal portion. And then you could see the trunc does its thing. Okay. All we're doing is removing the whole number. If you have a specific case where you need some control, round is the way to go. It's sort of like a demolition. You're trying to tear down a building and you just use the trunc function to destroy everything in its way, where round is a little smoother and you can control the outcome without as much force. But hey, the trunc function may work for you. The mod function, it's because it just seems peculiar, and that's probably the best word I can use to describe mod. You're going to only use it in certain cases. And then the round, it just we grew up with round, and I suspect you'll probably use round. Brad Williams, Excel Prime, thanks for your time.